I don't believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting. Ha! We're all you need!
They call themselves the Bad Batch. Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 33. My name is Steven Schultz, and I am your host in the pilot seat today. I hope you changed your batteries in those fire alarms, because these week's episodes were fire. That was so good. Oh my God. And you know I can't do it alone. With us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, his birthday is coming up, so you can definitely get him a gift from the Sour Patch Merch Shop. It's Joe Lara. How are you, man?
Doing great, dude. The episodes are so good. I have to go back and quote Crosshair from episode 0001 of this show. It's hot. It's like really hot.
It's so hot.
Dude, it's hot.
Hey, Joe, tell us when your birthday is.
It's this year. It's coming up.
Right on. Thank you for that.
Yay.
Oh, did I not mention it? It's at Celebration?
Okay.
It's at celebration.
Like, stop.
This last weekend was great, dude. It was so cool. Like,
wait, so everyone's gonna know that his birthday is at Celebration. So everyone at Celebration is gonna know.
Yeah, his birthday is during Celebration.
Is during. So maybe on Friday when we're on stage, they can all say, a little happy birthday. If you.
It's either that or we'll just sing every day until he tells us which day it is.
Yeah, he won't tell me what specific date it is. He just told me it was during Celebration.
Yeah,
dude, it's not your 50th, right?
Okay.
No, not 50. I'm almost there.
Come on.
He doesn't want to say the number.
It's just another day around the rock.
So the number doesn't matter.
Listen,
but I think that the celebratory element does matter. That
we're
we celebrate with him.
We're celebrating Star Wars together with a lot of people. But
Star Wars and you.
That's true.
Because it's your birthday.
And you.
And whiskey. We'll celebrate some whiskey.
So I had a good weekend, Steven, because you asked me.
You've been quiet. You've been quiet in our chat this week. What's been going on with you?
It's been busy, brah. Super busy. Just work stuff, and then my son is in town, another son. So I only have 2 kids. It makes it sound like I have as many as Raimi, but I don't. I only have 2. And
the boys are tagging out, dude.
Dude, it's good though.
Brandon's like, Austin, you're done.
So right when we got back from San Francisco, our trip, Steven, the very next day, I found out there was a small con in the middle of Riverside, and nobody's ever really excited to go to Riverside, but this day I was. It was the first one. First con of its kind in Riverside, Empire Inland something back.
Inland Empire Strikes Back.
That's what it was, and but it was an outdoor con. So I went with Ermer, TD Outpost is his Instagram. A really good dude. He's in my Garrison. Great guy, great maker.
Dude. Yep.
Solid dude. And we were talking, just DMing back and forth. They're like, hey, let's go to this con. And he's looking at it because he wants to potentially set up a booth. He usually likes to sell goodies. He has a really cool Etsy store, makes a lot of Star Wars bots and all kinds of really good things. So we're like, okay, cool, I'll go. But dude, I'm not just going to drive 2 hours to a con and just check it out. Like, I'm going to take Tech Season 1. So
yeah,
just dude. And I haven't worn that guy in a while. And I did the suit up, but the suit up was really quick. Put it on. And then as soon as the video camera went off, I took it off. Walking around in that stuff, dude, there's a lot of plastic. It's heavy. I'm not in con shape right now. Let's just put it that way. Like, I'm working out, but con shape is different from just working out.
Yeah.
And those that put on plastic like us, and I don't mean like abound, I'm talking like wrapped in entire armor. that takes a toll on you. So I'm glad I took it out. I didn't realize it was going to be outdoors though. So even though it's still winter, it started getting hot. So I only lasted about an hour and a half, and I had to get out of it.
So when you say you're not in con shape, are you just because you gotta like slim down to fit in? Or
No. I mean like just the it takes energy to wear it.
Oh yeah.
To move around and then still have energy to engage with people. Like I will not put on armor unless I'm talking to somebody or engaging with somebody.
Right.
I can't just put it on and stand there. I think Chris Bartlett talked about that when he was on Armor Party.
Yeah.
You need to become the character because that's what kind of people want to see. And so I try to bring it, and I started running out of energy really quick. Yeah.
That's good, man. But how was the convention other than that?
It was good. Besides it being outdoors, which was weird, it was almost like a bazaar.
It's just a small con.
Yeah, but it was good. Good energy, good people. It was kind of nice just to show up and do that. And then, and then something else happened Sunday, and I can't remember right now. I'll probably remember. Just super busy, but all good.
Right on, man. Fresh out of the shower and into the living waters of Anaheim. It's Remy Shanaday. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I am in Anaheim here for WonderCon for the next 3 days. So I checked into the hotel. I've got a lovely view of the courtyard, which is actually pretty cool. They kind of hooked me up. So not that anybody can see, but if you look through the curtains there, I see the Anaheim sign, the WonderCon sign. So as I'm going to assume was the implication with the shower thing, I am clean shaven for the time being. So Echo season is growing near, and then I also have something coming up this weekend that I'm not going to share quite yet. I'm sure it'll be seen at some point that will require me to have no beard. So and it's not Echo. So I'll just leave it at that.
Ooh, mystery costume.
Otherwise, I'm good. I'm kind of scrambling. I'm counting down the days. So I've got just barely over a week before my flight. We're going out to the UK a little early, and we'll be working our way down towards London over the course of the week. So
nice.
Got less time to plan and prepare than some of y'all.
Yeah, I was making my list of all my to-dos this morning. And then I was asking Siri, I was like, hey, how many days till April 3rd, which is my last working day because our flight's the next day. And then she was like, oh, you have 11 days left. And I was like, oh, gosh. Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not as far ahead as you are, so.
Yeah, well, I thought I was done. We'll get into that on the workbench.
Right on, man. So you're at the Con Solo?
I am.
Con Solo.
That's a good name, Con Solo.
Con Solo.
Trademark it. Book it.
No. Okay, everybody that's on the live chat, forget you heard that, and we'll have to go back and edit that because that's too gold to give away.
Oh, Ramy, just make a website.
Available.
Ramy, make a website.
Get it, Ramy.
Consolo.
Get the website. Hurry up.
Introduce John. John. I'll be back in a minute.
Neither rain nor sleet nor snow can shut down Chrome and Go. It's John Rodriguez. How are you, man?
Hey, yo. I'm good.
Hey-o.
Yeah. I've been painting a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you had a bunch of buckets all put together.
Yeah. Almost done with these 5 here. Yeah, Joe, what's up? Why are you raising your hand?
Because I have to raise my hand to speak.
No, you don't. Come on.
Are you playing soccer this week? Are you playing football this week?
No, I'm trying to recover from that little like injury I had. Feeling better, but no, I don't want to like mess it up again like I did literally the last time. So I'm gonna wait another week. Chill. I pulled my groin muscle, dude. Like bad.
You gotta stretch that groin.
Well, I've been stretching it, yeah. But you know, you don't want to go in when you're not ready and then get hurt even worse. So
yep,
like I literally did that. I got hurt. Thought I was okay. Did it again. Whatever. Go ahead.
Raise your hand, Steven.
Go ahead, man. Don't raise your hand.
No, I'm a little upset right now because why is it con solo, con underscore solo, con dot solo are all taken, and they have like 3 posts each.
Yeah,
and I'm like, come on.
The website's taken too.
You should message them and say, "Hey,
I mean,
can I have
I
your
have
name?"
Dad Bane, and I've posted one time. So.
Oh, well, that explains it.
And there's another
There you
Dad
go.
Bane, right? Is it
There
Meganet?
is.
No,
It's not Meganet.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
There's only one Dad
Okay.
Bane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we already got 5 onions. Thanks, PCAT collects.
Why?
Okay,
why are we?
I can get con solo with the hyphen in it.
No, I think we're done.
Con dash
Yeah.
solo.
Underscore.
I think we've lost interest already.
No underscore. That's you got to hit the shift key and everything. Forget that.
It's over.
Oh.
It's over. Forget
All right,
it.
fine.
We lost it.
Fine.
It's over,
I'm
Anakin.
out.
We suck.
Family's good,
Solo
John?
has the high ground.
Yeah, family's good. Kids in school now, so
Finally.
I had time. Oh my god, dude! It's with the first day we dropped off, we were like, I got home and me and my wife just looked at each other like, oh my god, like we can go and do anything now. Like we can just
What
go
does that
and do
sound?
The thing.
Nothing.
Yeah, you hear that? Nothing. Yeah, yeah. That it was one of those moments. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do this. And I got a lot done this week.
Good.
But yeah, everyone's good and yeah, fantastic.
Right on, man. That's right. He's back in black. It's Brian Cook.
No more
That's
primer.
amazing.
Oh, perfect. Freaking nailed it, dude.
What's
That's
up,
so
man? How are
good.
you?
I'm good.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm exhausted.
I'm just so happy for you for so many reasons, but I'm so happy.
I mean,
Hey,
We
so you
still
can finally answer to the question: is it black?
it is. Not all of it.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Well, you only get
We're
half the
close,
song,
though.
man.
We're close. I ran out of paint and I needed to go to primer. I'm exhausted. I had I drove 800 miles in 2 days the past couple of days and got home late last night. And then
I've been meaning to ask you, dude, and it's
Yeah.
like a serious question because when you drive that much,
yeah,
are you doing anything for like back support, like lumbar support? Like that's a lot of driving in a short amount of time, man.
I mean, I got a new truck and it's comfy. So
Do you stop to pee, or do you just go for the bottle, or what do you do? What's your?
I just go,
Go for
man.
the- he
I
just
just go.
goes in his pants. It'll
Yeah.
dry eventually.
You
No,
can
I
get
stop.
one of those adult diapers and just.
I stop a
let it
lot.
Stop it all.
Like every couple
Depends.
hours, I stop.
It depends.
Hey, hey.
That jokes.
We need the little drum thing as a sound, Steven.
Yeah,
next
the rim shot.
Nah, the rim shot makes it.
Hey,
That's it.
Don't.
Come on,
You don't need a rim shot.
Got it.
this is my first podcast.
No, it's good. But I got home late and then I woke up this morning and had like a bunch of catch up work to do. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to work on crosshair. And then I went outside and like had to sand a few things and touch up a couple things. And then I started painting it black and I went, I was like, time lapsing it. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go. I told you guys, I'm going to go live. And then I went live and I figured John would be in there or somebody would be in there like talking crap. And then, because I wasn't even trying to look at it. I was just letting people watch me turn this thing from gray to black. And
I
then,
was
like, as I
talking
was
crap
doing
all
that,
over the place.
yeah, as I was doing that, I just got like tired and I was like, you know what? I am run down. So I need to go to the store and get stuff, but it's good. It's coming together. I'm jumping
excited
ahead.
for you, man.
But-
Family's
It's
good.
looking good.
Yeah, we're good. I was gone. So, and I leave Monday for 4 days and I'm probably going to be driving. I haven't added up the miles yet. So, but I'm going all the way up into Maryland, Washington, DC, Baltimore. I'm doing
Hey,
a
you
big
were
old
holding
loop.
up. You were holding up your badges when we were starting the show. You got your badge?
Yeah. So
Nice.
the ironic
I got
thing
mine
is I
too.
sold
Nice.
2 of them because I didn't need to, and
Celebration
they still
badge.
sent them to me. So
You got to see if they work.
But man,
I might have offered one to somebody, but I don't know if they took it or not. So I'll touch base with you on that. They haven't sent me my badges yet.
Didn't you get a notification?
I just got the shipping notice, but it hasn't even hit. Like all they did was generate a label.
Oh,
Why didn't you guys do Wilco?
Mine came 2 days after it.
Will call.
So
yeah, Will call. Sorry,
lame.
Sergeant
Will
badge
in your hand.
Sergeant
Wilco.
Clone minded.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I have to get Amy's ticket from Will Call because she's like not. It's a free ticket,
kids.
but I still need to go get it.
You still have to
Kids, you always have to.
Yeah. And since we're picking up the ones for the event, I have to go.
Guys, I spent. What were you gonna say? Pro tip?
I was gonna say pro tip. I forgot what I was gonna say. So. Avoid will call whenever you can.
Will call.
That's a
I did
pro
will
tip.
call.
I spent like 3 hours on the phone this week with Expedia and American Airlines and just trying to get all my ticket stuff squared away. I had paid for, a very particular flight that had like only a 30-minute layover with one connection. And I booked these tickets last June. So I got it at like an extremely great rate.
Right.
And so I bought the insurance for it too. Anyway, so like they're basically offering me a full refund, which is cool. But then if I try and book anything else now, the price is like nearly double. So I'm going to be stuck in, I think it's Arizona.
Delaware.
I'll be Arizona Airport for like 4 hours.
That's not bad.
Oh.
Is that your only layover?
Yeah.
So wait, you fly from Southern California, one state over, one state away, and then wait for 4 hours. Just drive to Arizona and get on the plane. It'll be faster, practically.
That's what I was trying to change.
Dude, that's what I'm doing. I don't think I told it on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
you did. Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
We're driving an hour and a half to Greensboro to lay over in Charlotte to get on the flight. That's twice as much money.
I could drive an hour and a half to Joe and then get a direct flight, no stops.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
What I got. I got direct
At this point, it's just not worth it because for the whole family times 4, it's like an extra like couple grand to just save 3 hours.
Yeah. Just take the AZ layover. That's a safe layover too because Arizona is so like there's no weather there. It's like
it's dry. You won't get stuck.
Yeah.
That airport
is
cool.
And then I submitted like all our passport information onto the website. So it is like we're ready to go. We're ready to fly. I bought like all this new luggage on Amazon that's coming in. Got air tags for the boys.
So you don't lose them?
Air tag your kids.
As one does.
Yeah. Air tags for the luggage. Just preparing as much as I can so that way any extra free time I have is like to work on Wrecker.
That is a good tip to air tag like your bin with your costume in it.
Yeah.
Hunter was just telling me he did that with his bin. He's going out to WonderCon.
He posted it in his story. It's like, I'm here and my bin is across, somewhere else.
Yeah. He's checking
and
it.
It's not so much for just like getting it stolen. It's just more like in case they lose it and then they don't know where it is. At least
you're like, you got it right here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to rep your support for the show, pick up one of our limited edition t-shirts or hoodies on thedadbatch.com.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
Yes.
I mean, I think
yes.
I think I
I
already went. I'm crossing the finish line. Crosshair. No pun
But you
intended.
made a lot of progress in the last week.
Okay, so let's start with Dem Thighs.
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. So the thighs, they have a trim, right? Like basically Crosshair's armor is almost like a stormtrooper, where the edge of the thighs and the shin have that like trim, that little border raised section on it, like just like a stormtrooper. I printed the shins, so that was fine, but I wanted to mod the thighs that I had from the kit that I had. And I jumped into the world of foam, which I've messed with foam a little bit, but not at this capacity. And I cut it out and glued it on there and was like, oh, this is pretty good. And then they came to the seams and I was a little bit stuck. So I hit up BK. What's her Instagram? Sort of. Oh, is that
Sort
her
of
name?
Khalees.
Sort of Khalees. And because she's like so good at foam.
Guys,
and I was like, hey.
it's sort of Kalis.
Kalis. I'm dumb, dude.
Khalees?
Isn't it Khalees?
Kalis.
Well, whatever. She's really good at foam. And I asked her for some tips.
Agent Kalis.
I thought it was Kalis. Khalees.
Oh, it's
Her name is
Kalis.
Brittany. She's awesome.
She's going to listen to this later and be screaming at her phone.
We are so
Guys.
sorry, Brittany.
My
Brittany, you're
bad.
awesome. Shout out, Brittany. You're
Guys,
awesome.
okay, I know it's a Star Wars podcast, but Kalis is Kalis the Unforgettable. He's the first warrior king and emperor of the Klingon Empire.
Apparently, it's forgettable because I didn't.
Got it. I thought it was something else. My bad.
We suck.
My Star Trek
Again.
lore is subpar.
I think we owe our audience points. We just lost a lot of points.
Shout
All
out
right,
to
nice.
BK for her excellent foam tips because
Yes.
she gave me an awesome tip on some foam clay, which worked out super well. And then I had this idea of I used this a smooth on molding stuff that's like it's like a soft durometer urethane like resin. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this over the foam because it has a little bit of flex, but you can sand it and sand it smooth. So I brushed that over the whole thing, sanded it smooth. Came out real nice, Clark. So it worked.
Nice.
It's not perfect, but I know as soon as I put primer and put the black down, I'm not even going to notice it. So
It looks
the
good.
thighs were a lot of work. It was a lot of work of shaping, cutting, fiberglassing, repeat like multiple times. So we'll see when it all goes on, which will be very soon. I need to get some more filler primer and finish them up and more paint because I ran out of paint.
What's your plan? Go ahead,
Sorry.
Joe.
I was going to say you did a test fit first, right? Like I thought I saw.
The legs,
You put-
I have not tried on all of it.
Okay,
So,
but the legs you did though, right?
yes, the legs
Nice.
I posted on Instagram a bunch. I had them on, movement
Those bendy
tests.
knees.
Like they felt good. Yeah,
Nice.
And that was before I like did the trim. So in the
Sure,
trim, I didn't
but
change.
that's gonna be
anything.
fine.
So yeah. So, but I mean, I've test fit all the pieces, just not all at once. So
The reason why I ask is it's just those listening putting together costumes before you do final painting, final touches to things.
Yep.
Test fit. Make sure it works before you spend hours and hours smoothing it, making it perfect.
yes.
To find out that it doesn't work.
Yeah, 'cause
I've messed up. I've done that before too, but I think just
Yeah, you spend all this time finishing something, and luckily I like to paint things that are weathered too, so it's all natural weathering.
Yeah.
So I like the happy
It always
little
works
scratches.
itself out.
Yeah, they work out pretty good. So I think by this weekend I'll be wearing the whole thing. I'll have it all on, and we'll see. So I have a lot of wet sanding and weathering to do, but the hardest part, honestly, is making it match the helmet because I painted the helmet forever ago, and I kind of forgot what I did. So,
You'll be able to do that. That's easy.
Just repaint the helmet.
Black.
yep. And I still need to, and then aside from Crosshair, I need to paint that awesome jacket that we got from Christy from Jedi's Closet for Omega. And I think Raimi shipped me a package too, so that'll be showing up soon, and we'll have the full kit. And I need to make hooks for her bow to go onto her back because that is happening. So I was going to do magnets, but there's no place in the bow really to put a magnet, or I mean, there's a place on her back, but not on the bow. So I'm just going to put hooks so she can just on her back, and that's going to be sick.
I mean, the magnet, it could be external. It's you'll see it, but
yeah, I think I was looking at pictures. It actually goes handle side against her back, the handle does. So I'm just going to put a hook for the handle. So that it just goes outwards. Like, makes sense. So
Just kidding. You make sure it doesn't flop, right? Like you want to hook it, but then
there'll be a backup hook. Yes, there'll be double hooks. There'll be a hook or a piece of Velcro or something. Yeah, man.
Ooh, or a magnet at the bottom.
Magnets, dude.
Magnets. Oh yeah, my backpack. I put some big old magnets in my backpack, and then I broke. So here's a play. If you guys are messing with magnets, we buy these big like puck. I mean, they're like a mini hockey puck magnets.
They're called BFMs.
They're monsters, yeah.
Effing magnets. And I had them on either side of the backpack as far away from them as I could. And I was drilling the holes and test fitting to glue them in the backpack. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready. Like, let me just get these things out of the way. And I was like, I'm just going to push these magnets together and let them join. Bad idea. Yeah. From a foot apart, they went into each other and exploded, but it doesn't explode out. It just goes.
You can mangle your fingers with that.
Yeah.
You can mess yourself up. Yeah, definitely.
That's why those magnets ship with a warning label on them. It's like a little mini black hole. It just kind of crunches in on itself.
Totally. It totally is like a little mini black hole. And
I made the mistake of getting two stuck together with no plastic in between.
So hard.
Dude,
Yeah.
It took me several attempts to get it.
Yeah.
I was sweating by the time I pulled them apart. It was a work.
Every time I handle these big magnets too, like my one hand just feels weird. Like I don't know if I have metal in there or just magnet makes my hand feel weird. I don't know. Weird.
Magnetize.
But that was a lot for not really showing anything, and all I did was really paint stuff black. But I have been doing a lot of sanding and dumb stuff that I'm just so over. So I'm so glad I'm like almost there, because I was sanding the foot plates today, just going, oh, so tired. I don't want to fucking sand anymore. No more sanding.
Whoops.
No more sanding.
Mark that clip right there.
Here.
Boop. Got it.
I was going to ask you, or I was going to make a suggestion, but I wanted to ask you first. What's your plan for the finished paint job for Crosshair?
I if I remember what I did on the helmet, I wet sanded it. I wet sanded it to make it like dull and like flat, like give it that flat look. And then I'll just take like some rough sandpaper or steel wool and just kind of randomly just mess it up in spots. And then if I dig too deep anywhere to where it's like a weird white color sticking out, I'll just take a little silver pen and just kind of hit it like anywhere that I went too deep. But a little bit is okay. If it gets to like the gray, if it goes down to the primer, I think that's fine, because when you're painting animated black, you know, his armor is black. It's got black armor, but animated black, they have to like add these textures and things to it to make it show up on screen, or he would just look like a black hole.
Put a little happy tree. A little happy tree.
Happy.
I was thinking, and I mean, this is just a suggestion, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, please.
I was thinking, like, aesthetically, you know, people have put together that he looks like a Death Trooper. And in Rogue One, Death Troopers are like super shiny black.
Gloss black.
That doesn't translate well into animation.
No.
And so like we were painting this TV wall that we have upstairs, and we're doing it flat black with accents of gloss black. And I was like, I was thinking like that would be so cool if like you glossed your whole kit gloss black and then scuffed it down, the majority of it, to like that matte black, but then there's just like little areas like almost
texture.
like weathering. It's like reverse weathering, right?
Yeah.
So then there's like all these like shiny pieces coming out like under the trim lines or the undercuts.
Yeah.
But most of it is like matte. I don't know.
That would help.
It sounds like a lot of
texturing
work
for sure. Yeah. You know what? I think I would like to try that, not on this, but maybe on something else. I think I did a gray wash over it too. I think instead of making a black wash, I think I did a gray wash. But that took up a lot of time just for a guy who's painting something black. But Joe, did you get the package I sent you?
I did. Dude, I thought you were going to take it to London. Why'd you mail it?
Because I wanted to get it out of the house.
Dude, so was it? I'll Venmo you. Thank you. I haven't
Don't
opened
worry
it
about
yet.
it. Don't worry
It showed
about
up
it.
today.
It's all good. Yeah.
I'll pay you. But yeah, I'll go ahead and go.
You can buy me a beer.
So, or were you done, Brian? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
You done, bro?
Put it on.
Gotta raise your
Put it on,
hand,
bro.
Joe.
Put it on. What are you putting on? What do you get you?
He got me the Narkina 5 prisoner thing. I thought he was going to take it to London though. Like we're going to be there. We're going to see each other in like in a week. Right?
You know how he is.
Well,
It was
whatever.
like
It was cool.
$5 to pack it, ship it out.
Yeah, but that's $5 though. Now I got to pay you $5 more.
Now you owe him a hot dog or something, or a crumpet and tea or something.
I'll tell you, I owe you one piece of fish.
One fish and one chip.
Yeah. 2 weeks from today, we're going to be getting ready for celebration the next day.
Oh no!
Let that sink in for a minute.
So in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You're going to be hungry.
You're fired.
By the time this comes out, by the time everybody's listening, we will be at Celebration London.
Hell yeah!
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks from now, we're going to be hungover. Got it.
Narkina vibing.
We're doing it right.
Works.
Naga.
I worked on some stuff.
You had a lot of progress, man.
Yeah, I knocked out a lot of things that were pending on season 2 Hunter. I finished the backpack minus the magnets. I think those come tomorrow. I got some big old bad magnets, big old bad boys.
BFMs.
They're big old magnets. Yeah. So as soon as those come, I'm gonna test everything out, and it should be good. I also painted the back thigh plates, which whatever. Those were not anything crazy. Also, shout out to Kiefer. He hooked me up with some magnets that I used to attach the straps of my holsters to the holster rig itself. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, like so.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, the straps are around my leg independently, but there's a magnet on let's say the outside of my right leg and the outside of my left leg, and that attaches to the back of where my holsters go.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
So it keeps it.
So you could theoretically pull your holster off.
I can.
If you grab your blaster, the holster's going to come with it?
No. The holster itself is secured. Okay. No, but there's a magnet attached to the strap that my leg is attached to.
That makes sense.
Whatever.
That's to keep it from flapping and going all over.
It's to keep it from going out. Correct, exactly.
Yeah,
but it's with a magnet. Yeah, but whatever. So it's not anything crazy. It's just something simple that worked out, and I'm really happy about that. Magnets,
we
baby.
need to get magnets implanted, and then we could just like put any armor we want.
You know what? My favorite place is K&J.
Like Tony Stark.
Yeah,
that's where I got mine again.
K&J magnets. If you got anybody looking for magnets, N52, you are not going to separate those things.
We need to get
also
them to sponsor us.
Yeah. Pro tip: I get all of my magnets for the droids. All of same place. Yes.
Same.
Yeah, K&J is legit.
If I can't see it in 2 days, I don't want anything to it. No, we can't see it, John. Just move on. We can't see it. We can't see it.
You can't see anything?
Did you do
two helmets
on your suit?
I painted one of these clone trooper helmets over here. You can't see it? Really?
I see him.
I zoomed in. Yep, I see it.
Okay,
I'm just listening to the show. I can't see anything.
Okay, well, there's the 501st clone trooper behind me that I painted last week or so, this past week.
Looks like a grenade blew up in his face.
Hey, does K&J ship fast?
Actually,
fast enough. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's decent.
It's UPS. I think UPS is kind of the one that does most of the magnet shipping because of not all the carriers will handle it, because literally some of these guys would end up with the box stuck to the wall of the van because the magnets are so.
Do you have to pay for it?
UPS handles them the right way.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, that ends up being the cheapest option on there.
Amazon or bust.
No, if you don't want magnets that are good,
real
get
magnets.
Them from K&J. Yeah,
I mean,
if you want Han's magnet, get them from K&J.
I want to say the ones from Amazon are rated at N32, but the
N38, yeah.
N38, yeah. K&J offers 52, which is the highest pull, and it shows poundage too. So depending on the size and the poundage, how old
easy there, buddy. Easy there. Easy with the poundage.
Maximum poundage.
Poundage.
There went this week's rating.
Keep it PG, guys. Keep it PG.
Keep it rated. Pounded.
That's
John,
a cool. Hey,
John, put some pants on.
That helmet, John, was that because of the homie from Kenobi? Is that what that was inspired from?
So this is a Revenge of the Sith sculpt, but and actually I have the actual Kenobi sculpt next to it. It's back there where Brian can't see. But yeah, this was meant to be sort of like the homeless veteran clone that's like asking for credits, and Kenobi
has seen some stuff.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's
John. I like it a lot. Yeah. What's
John,
up?
Did you sew the elastic on your suit?
No, not yet.
Okay, because that helmet's not coming with you to Celebration. So
this helmet is not coming with me. You're right. Yeah.
No,
I was going to do it today.
So
Actually, Kiefer was going to come over today and help me out, but he couldn't after all. So we're going to do it either Sunday or I might do it.
Brian's got to get his revenge for all the times we asked him if it's painted black yet.
And it was never me. I never said it.
I've been telling
you. Remember, I go black. Oh, black.
bad baby. Bad baby.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know audio.
And that's it. John. Yeah. 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 And I painted some heavies. That's it.
Oh man. Remy?
So I redid my helmet. Because why wouldn't I just start a new helmet over just days before we got to go?
Why wouldn't you?
So I've said this before. Like, there's no padding in my helmet. The whole helmet hangs on the headset, which hangs on my head. So weight is everything, because instead of me being able to put pads on the top and pads around, like it's got to be light because it transfers all that weight straight to a thin little strip around my head. So this new helmet's 3D printed. I also made some modifications to it on the way that the piece in the back that has to come off so that I can take it off. I opened that up a little bit and I moved the little ear extensions that come down to the back piece, because I saw in like episode 3, that's how it works. If you freeze frame it, you can see that piece comes back and those go with it instead. So that actually opened it up more. And now I can take the helmet on and off with one hand, which is something that I've been trying to do for the whole time that I've had Echo, because I only have one hand that I can work with. And I had before it was just too, like, I couldn't do it without pulling the headset the wrong way. So now I can just, the back piece, I'm going to hinge it on with elastic on one side so that I can just pop the magnets, let that piece kind of flap down. It won't fall. And then I can just grab the front and pull it straight off. So I'm excited that I finally got that working.
I never really gave that much thought that you're one-handed in the whole costume.
Yeah, and left-handed no less, because my right hand's the one which is the hand I actually use.
Listen, he can hack computer systems and open doors and stuff. Like, we don't ever come across those. So
yeah, but I'm super excited that I can finally do that now. So
that's pretty legendary.
If anybody wants to follow along on my Instagram, I'm doing one post every day for a different piece of Echo, and I've got it timed out so that by the time Friday of Celebration, which is the day of our panel, which is the first day we'll be like on site in the suits, that will be the full reveal. But each day is a different component. So I started with the boots, and then I'm working my way up the body. So tomorrow is, I got to look. It's either the belt or the comma. I got to figure. I sequence it all out, and I've got notes. But so if anybody's interested in the individual pieces and to kind of see how each one was done and hear a little bit about my process for each piece, that's where you could find that. And then, of course, I got all of that figured out. And then, we watched this week's episode, and Echo from the waist down is completely different. So it's like, I need a new pair of pants. I've figured out how I'm going to echo my way around the belt so that I can just modify, like actually use the same belt, but have it work for both versions.
Setups.
The comma was already a separate piece. I will need a separate pair of pants, same leg armor, same shoes, but now he's got like these leather or it clearly wraps all the way around spats that go around. So I've got to make those. So I will have that ready. The pants are going to be weird. I might have to cheat and break some rules and not do it accurate because
there's not wear pants. Or
there are no seams on that pants, and I'm not
just
walking
not gonna
around. I'm not walking around London with like yoga pants on. So I got to figure out how I'm going to make those not weird and still look decent. So.
What's wrong with yoga pants or Lululemon pants? Like,
well, does your Lululemon pants have a seam down the front? I bet it does.
A seam in the front?
Yeah.
They're seamless, baby.
Joe looks down. Are you wearing them right now?
They're so comfortable. They're so comfortable.
So I just messaged you too because I have the episode on where we're watching, and it's like he has leather spats over his shin armor.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have any shin armor in season 2. There is no shin armor in season 2, but I'm going to make those spats out of leather. It looks like normal shins, but it's made out of leather.
It looks to me like he went into his season 1 closet and was like, "Oh, I'm going to put these legs back on." Like that's what it looks like.
If you look, they're asymmetrical, and he's got the cuff around, like the ankle cuff around the one side, just like Hunter and Echo have. So, and then it's got like the layered.
Dude,
on the bottom,
at this point,
multiple spats. So
you have 3 different versions of Echo to wear over Celebration. You're like, I'm going to put the camas.
Season 1.
I'm going to put the commas on. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go armorless with the boys.
Vest, armored.
But you know what you need to do, Raimi, is also.
I'm all about options, guys.
Get rid of the scomp on your arm and just go for the 3PO hand already.
Go the hand, yeah, bro.
Just jump ahead.
Dude, if you do it, you're gonna make people scratch their head, but also be super impressed.
He's like a Pokemon, bro. Just evolve. Get that
shit. We haven't seen that out in the animation yet. I mean, I have that arm. I've had that arm for over a year.
It's a convention, dude. Do it.
You guys have seen it. Yeah. All right, I'll bring it. Fine.
Yeah, might as well. Why not?
Dude, yeah. And you can actually put your hand in there and move it, right?
Yeah, it's just a glove. It's a C-3PO glove and a piece of armor
with the armor
that actually attaches onto the elbow, so that it's the same elbow mechanism, and then the 3PO arm just snaps on and the glove goes on. So
and then make sure you salute in every photo
with that.
Yeah,
and you know what? Sideshow's going to want to bring you. Sideshow's going to want to see that. They're going to want to see you. With
people are going to be like, "What is he doing? Echo doesn't have that," and then it's going to come out, and you're going to be like,
"3 will come out, and it'll be like,
oh my god!"
Meanwhile, I've had it for a whole year.
They're going to be like, "They copied Raimi. Oh my gosh, they made it real."
He's such an influencer.
I copied Hot Toys.
I'm telling you guys, the last. I'm not jumping ahead, but the last 2 episodes, like, whenever we have like the podcast stage, like, dude, you guys just need to be in casual gear. Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech. I mean, the boys are
can't
chilling,
sit down
man.
in full armor anyway.
No,
you gotta sit down in that.
Yeah, can't really sit at all.
You get casual wear, dude. You guys are good, dude. Come on, you guys have that as an option.
What do you mean casual wear? Like no top armor?
We can sit in every version of our suits this season.
I can't.
In Pabu, dude, they're chilling.
I have a butt plate.
Play along.
Just take it off.
I'll stand. That's fine. I stand. I'm good.
Text like this.
Hey, you guys know.
I can stand
too. You guys know how for like the last 3 months I've been saying like, "Oh, I'm working on my house," but we had Celebration coming up, and you guys were like all nearly done building, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, last week I was like, "Oh, hey, I should start building." And then Siri and everyone's telling me that, oh, there's 11 days left. So I was like, I should probably start building. So over the weekend, undersuit done.
Boom.
Head to toe.
Saw that.
Which was very difficult because it's like 3 layers. Oh my gosh. Wrecker
layers.
Season 2, man. 3-layer undersuit, and it's just if you count all my layers that I'm supposed to have, it's technically
more than an onion.
It's technically 6 layers of a costume, which is ridiculous. Okay, so undersuit's done, vest is done.
It looks good.
Boots are done. So I started moving on to some new armor pieces because the original season 1 armor that he cut up, I have that plasti dipped, just waiting for paint, which is easy. But so I started working on the new armor pieces. So I printed the thigh plate that goes behind the blaster, and I actually printed this in flexible TPU.
Oh, legend!
So I started printing in rubber. Now, it's my first time printing in rubber, and I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it.
Why not?
Because
looks good.
It gives you the flex, but I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Put something behind it to give it some rigidity.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
What's the finishing process for that? Can you like fill the print lines and sand it, and like can you actually do the same stuff that we're used to doing with the normal print?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I just always assumed that you couldn't sand TPU or it would just get weird.
You do have to like coat it with like primer afterwards and stuff.
Maybe plastic dip it so it's flex.
But the thing that I don't like about it is it's like squishy. It's
okay.
If you guys have had rubber armor pieces before, it's a solid piece of rubber and it's flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is like you can feel and hear the infill.
It's hollow. Yeah.
It's hollow and it's like
wow.
crunchy.
Oh,
can you up it? Can you up
What's it taste like?
You're gonna break it.
So I don't know.
Like?
And
What's
you
it
can't
taste
glue
like?
it. Like glue doesn't adhere to it.
You can't eat it.
Glue?
E6000?
Even CA glue.
No glue allowed?
Because rigid, because CA glue is rigid and this is rubbery.
What about E6000?
I'm not waiting for that.
24 hours.
I have 10 days left.
You put it on
That's
there.
Batman right there.
Do all of them at once for a day. Dry overnight.
You know how we coat some stuff in resin, ABS like maybe?
No, I'm gonna reprint this in. What the heck am I thinking? Printing in a brand new medium, 10 days out. Like I gotta work with what I know. So I'm gonna reprint this in PLA and then just go for that.
Sand it.
If Gordon Ramsay were here, he'd say, "Stick to the fundamentals."
Yeah, stick to what you know.
That. Stick to what you know.
Now, this is I have my Wrecker Season 1 shoulder here. And
how come it looks white?
This is technically, I haven't painted it yet. It's technically the middle layer, right? It's his middle layer of armor that you never see.
Middle.
So I did a test print on the season 2. Was this the third layer of armor?
The outside layer?
And it was a little too big. So then I sized it down in Mesh Mixer, and then I have it now.
Ooh,
so good.
That looks good,
dude. That's way better.
And then I'll have another layer under that, which is the hard. I'm sorry, the
leather,
the soft
leathery or whatever.
Yeah.
And
you know what? It reminds me of like football pads.
Yeah, that's totally what they are. And you guys can't hear it right now, but the lab behind me, the print lab, I've got all 6 printers running right now with all armor pieces printing. The longest piece I think is the leather chest, the chest piece. I'm printing that in one piece on the CR10 Max. So that's got a print time of 6 days. So it should be ready by the next recording.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, talk about cutting it close.
I know.
I'll pray for you.
So do you have the?
Let's hope it doesn't need to be resized.
So do you have?
How many days do you have? You have 11 days,
or what do we?
Sorry,
I'm
what?
just gonna just roll with it.
11 days.
Yeah. Well,
you can do it.
We have to converge on Steven's house and just start like working 24 hours, 48.
We might have to airdrop in. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that blaster, that Padme blaster that I printed a while back? The episode 1 Padme blaster. So it totally hit me. I can do leathering finishing work on PLA prints with the plasti dip.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. The model already has a leather lip to it.
Yeah.
My printers are all super dialed in. Everything's super smooth. All I got to do is just hit it with some primer tons of layers of Plasti Dip, and I'm good.
So those that don't know, that are hearing us about the Plasti Dip, I learned this from you guys. My tech season 1, he didn't have pistols in the Clone Wars when season 7 came out, and we see the Bad Batch for the first time. He would pull his DC-17s from behind his back magically, right? But in season 1, like the 5th episode, he finally gets one holster, and I didn't have a holster, so I got a holster print, and I didn't want to wrap it in leather, even though it's on a leather belt. So the guys told me Plasti Dip, and I never used it before, and it's plastic that's sprayed out of a can, and Rubber. It has a little bit of a texture to it.
It's like rubbery.
Yeah. It's kind of rubbery,
looks like leather.
So I basically painted the outside of that, just like what Steve was talking about, and then found a similar type of paint that matched the leather. And guess what? The CRL that I made for the 501st, I made that modification as an attachment, and it was just approved like 2 months ago. But it's not leather; it's Plasti Dip. And so that's just a really cool tip that I learned from you guys, and hopefully people that are watching the show can use that as well.
Alternatively, you can use Flex Seal, bed liner, or undercoating for
it's all the same stuff.
Automobile. It's
anything that gives you that textured appearance.
The bed liner stuff is good for texture for sure.
It's a little harder.
And then I took a play from John, because you've been uploading pictures of your little list on the whiteboard of your costume. So I made a list this morning. So I got to order magnets. I'm going to order those magnets. And the magnets are for, that was another thing. So the undersuit that I have, when Wrecker's in casual gear, he has no armor on his legs. Nope. So my plan for Velcroing the armor was not going to work. So I'm going to do magnets. I tested it. I got some, and I have N52 magnets that are they're about half an inch in diameter, and they're pretty thin. So I'm going to hot glue those to the interior of the legs of the undersuit, and then CA glue them to the armor. So I could literally just snap all my armor on the legs.
They need to be N52, because I did not use N52 with that method. Mm-hmm. And I used regular Amazon discs for my first version of my shoulders, and they fell right off. Those things do not work. You need strong magnets.
Let's see. I still have to paint the outer armor. I got to weather the jumpsuit. So I'll probably just use Blackie's method of getting the cheap spray paint. Now, correct. So when I weather the jumpsuit, guys, I go from the feet up, right? Like the legs should be the dirtiest. Is that
typically?
That's what I do, and
my arms too, wrist up
around
too.
the armor, like underneath where dirt would go.
All the seams.
So you have a gash that crosses the armor. You can make it carry on through to the soft good part.
Honestly, too, I put it on
water wax,
and I go army crawl too. Like army crawl through dirt and gravel,
water wax,
the asphalt, water wax.
So my original plan for the cummerbund was to print it in the TPU, but I think I'm just going to do the cummerbund in leather, since I have a hide of leather that's just begging to be cut up. So that should take an evening. And then I'll just do the leather belt myself. Pouches, I'm just going to order a bunch of cell phone pouches on Amazon, because that's all they pretty much look like. And then I'll just print the little buckle greebly for each of them.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I guess I'll talk about it now. So the last 2 times that I did Wrecker with no helmet, the first time I used a gelatin-based scar makeup, which they use in movie making. And it looks phenomenal. It looks like real skin. It feels like real skin, but it's gelatin based. So any kind of heat, including body heat, will melt the gelatin eventually.
Wait, you said Jello?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So you can eat it?
Yeah, I guess you could eat it.
You can eat anything.
It's That's not true.
I mean, if you try, sky's the limit.
Okay, once, sure.
Hey,
you can eat anything once.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second record makeup I did was silicone based, and Georgie actually had to like take a syringe and syringe the silicone each piece on my head. It looked good, but it's just I don't want to be in the hotel for 3 hours doing makeup. So we were coming up
ketchup squirter. Like a giant hot dog, and just kind of on your.
We'll like silly string it onto your head, dude.
There you go.
There you go. Easy.
So we pulled up. We got out my iPad and we started pulling up all the cosplay command shots of his scar. So we have these super high res images of it that we were looking at, and I just made the comment of like, God, I wish I could just print this out and print it on my face. And then Georgie was like, well, why don't you just print it on tattoo paper and do a temporary tattoo? And I was
oh, can you do one for me?
Yeah.
Well,
the skull.
We already bought the airbrush.
You're going to be airbrush. You're going to be
wait. Brian needs that for Levi anyway, so it's not like it's lost on me. But dude, I would totally do I would do a temporary tattoo on my face, like for celebration.
Just get it tattooed on there, dude.
It's just one big black skull.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's awesome.
We'll see. That's gonna be a lot of ink. But anyway.
All right. Never mind. We're back on, Brian.
So we're gonna try that out because I think with the amount of times that I'm gonna take the helmet off and on, with sweat and oil and everything, I think a temporary tattoo should be good enough to last the convention.
That'll look awesome.
That'll look great.
And then I got one thing. I gotta show you my new shirt, guys.
And you can take your helmet off.
Oh my God.
Wreck your
PR.
Wreck your PR.
That's pretty fun.
So I didn't, this is from our friend of the show, Ryan, over at Screw Loose Shop on Instagram. Screw Loose Shop. You can order one of these shirts. He has stickers too.
That's awesome.
But I was like, wreck your so PR is personal record for those of you that work out.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was kind of wishing that instead of like him on the squat rack, like it was him with a bunch of sushi, because I want to wreck my PR of 3 rounds, all you can eat. We need to go round 4.
Damn.
That was good.
Sounds dangerous.
But that's it, guys. That's it for me. My workbench is finally printing. It feels so good.
Look at that. All
the printers just going.
How are you with finishing stuff? Like you're good with that? I mean, that's a lot of finishing.
Yeah, should be fine.
He's got it.
He's got that under control.
Get the kids
to work.
Sand.
Make the kids to work.
Yeah.
Get the kids to work.
Oliver, sand. Here you go. Don't stop.
Now. Do it.
Daddy, my arm's tired. Keep going.
You can stop when I say you can stop.
Yeah. It's pretty funny because like Raimi was like done. And then like, nope, here we are. We're all cranking. Joe's just gluing tiny things on stuff.
Dude, it's fun to do those little tiny things, like those little details. But I made some spats with foam, and I painted those, and I tried everything on today. And then I realized I'm getting better at sewing, so I started sewing some parts, doing a second version of it, and I'm getting way more confident. I still suck, but it's less sucky, and it's
less sucky.
Less sucky.
You got this, Joe.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, good job, guys.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, this is a very quote-heavy news segment this week, but before we get into that, we'll talk about Celebration a little bit. So Saturday and Sunday adult tickets for Celebration are officially both sold out. Kids tickets of all flavors are still available. You can buy a 4-day or any individual day. The only adult tickets that are left at this point are Friday and Monday. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet and you still want to attend the show, those are your options. The Lightspeed Lane tickets went on, or the lottery thing or whatever went on sale, or when it came available, and then like I think instantly pretty much sold out. So I don't know. Everybody that I talked to said they got nothing. So I don't know how that worked out for everyone. We've got a few guest announcements. So Vivian Lyra Blair, so young Leia, she is going to be there. I thought we knew this, but Carl Weathers is announced as attending. And another one that I thought we knew, but official now, is Michelle Ang. But she's only going to be there on Monday, which is the day of the Bad Batch panel. So if anyone wants to try and get an autograph with her, that is going to be your chance. And then Giancarlo Esposito, which we've got a little bit more news on coming up here in a minute. And Rosario Dawson. So those are our latest celebrity guest announcements. All right. Lots of Mandalorian news. Lots of quotes here. So speaking of Giancarlo Esposito, he did an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He was asked about when we would see Moff Gideon, and he said, "The odds are good. You're going to see me soon. That's all I can say. The show is just a fantastic show to be on. They want the audience to be in anticipation and wonder and joy and excitement. And so I did it so long ago that I've got to be honest with you. I can't even remember. I don't remember when I'm on." Jokingly asked whether he remembered when and where we saw him last. He says, "I sure do. I was in the the Hoosgow, my eyes, prison, or at least on the way there. Looked up and shuddered, which gives me a lot of time to think and to calculate what my next move might be." So Kimmel asked him, "So you've been plotting and prepping for this next comeback, which is going to happen next Wednesday, right?" And Esposito said, "It will." I see what you did there. So if Kimmel successfully tricked him, that would lead us to believe that we should be seeing him next week. Favreau and Filoni, and there's a lot of content in this one, did an interview for StarWars.com. I can't go through all of it. There's a ton of quotes in there, so go check it out. But just some of the ones that I pulled out of here. So Favreau talking about Grogu specifically and his look and how they kind of tried to strike the balance between cute and ugly. He says he's cute, but he's a little ugly. He's ugly cute. He's adorable because he's not perfect. He's got the cheeks, but he's got like weird little pointy teeth, and he's got weird peach fuzz. In our design, when he looked too cute, he didn't look right. We found that right balance. So, and then Filoni, who we know kind of learned at the feet of the master, so talking about how he learned from George Lucas. He says, George taught me, you're telling the story you're telling. And I think that we're incredibly lucky that people have responded the way they do. I learned a long time ago, people just don't like this because you stick the name Star Wars on it. That's not good enough. You have to care. You have to put a lot of work into it. And we've talked about that a lot, and how we've seen plenty of examples of how the people that are working on these shows really are passionate. So, and then this last one I liked. So a little bit of history on the origin of the Darksaber. So George didn't like the logic of Vibroblade being able to parry a lightsaber, so he invented the Darksaber. I had to read the whole monologue about how it was found in the Jedi Temple. And I was telling my wife, she's like, "That's the coolest thing in the world." And it becomes so cool that we ended up making a whole TV show about it. That whole idea of how profound that thing is, that Tar Vizsla was both Mandalorian and Jedi. That implies so much because those were two diametrically opposed warring factions. So what does that mean? These are the clues that we look for. These little anomalies and things that instead of shying away from, we sort of delve into and explore. So I think that's interesting, considering we've got kind of a Jedi now amongst the ranks of the Mandalorians in the show. So we'll see if what he's talking about here is any indication of what we'll see there. Katie Sackhoff did an interview with Hollywood Reporter. And so in talking about kind of her jump from from animation and her other projects into live action, she says, "I do hope, but I'm also pragmatic about it as well. I take into consideration that I, for the bulk of my career, have not been out making period rom-coms. To a certain extent, I have played characters that are very similar to Bo-Katan, so I do understand how the transition was easier to imagine, if you will. But just as a viewer, I want to see the person who's right for the role. 100%. I do. But I do believe that every voice actor, if they have a career in live action, should get a crack for sure. But I also don't believe that it should be given, in every circumstance." So when she was asked if seeing the Mythosaur was a wake-up call for Bo, She said this. She said, it could be. It just depends on the way that she decides to interpret it and what it means and what exactly it's telling her. But I don't know. I think the biggest wake-up call for Bo was the death of her sister, Satine, years ago. And everything she's done since that moment has been to try and make amends for that moment. So that's very much like the actress that's playing Bo in live action is very much so cognizant of the history of her character back through the animation, which is good. Again, it tells you kind of these folks that are working on this, including the actors themselves, are very invested in their characters and what they're doing. When asked why she didn't say anything to Din, she said, I think she's concerned that she's going to sound crazy. She literally saw the symbol of her people that she thought was a metaphor. Is she going crazy all of a sudden? She was just under extreme circumstances, so she could have imagined it. And I don't think that she's ready to risk that yet for a person that she doesn't really know. So I just think she's trying to figure out what that means right now. So, and then, of course, we see her being accepted into these people that otherwise have previously been kind of on opposite ends with her. So she says, I think she's weighing her options. At the beginning of the episode, we see everything she has is gone now. Everything. She's lost her home. She's lost her home world. She's lost her family. She's lost her people. She's lost the Darksaber. She has nothing left. And so the idea that these people accept her with open arms is intriguing to her. I also don't know if Bo has ever felt so readily accepted by anyone. In her mind, I think that she's possibly thinking that this might work. So, and then the last little bit of news here, when asked if she's ready to lead the Mandalorian people, Katie says this, I truly believe at this point, she just hopes someone else steps up. She doesn't want the responsibility. The responsibility costs her everything. Leading didn't work, so maybe fitting in will. Now, she does qualify that at the very beginning, saying, at this point, which may be very deliberate phrasing. So she's talking about the headspace that Bo's in at the moment, though. I think the overarching theme here is she's got a lot going on. She needs to have some kind of structure and family around her, and this is the option that she's been presented with. So she's gonna play along, but she's certainly thinking about everything and figuring it out as she goes. So, and that is it for the news.
But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
Sometimes I refer to myself as ugly cute.
Ugly?
No, ugly cute. Like Grogu.
Yeah. You've got the pointy teeth and the peach fuzz.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is our episode review of The Mandalorian Season 3, Chapter 20, The Foundling. With an episode runtime of 33 minutes. This episode was directed by the incomparable Carl Weathers, written by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, with the Disney Plus description of Din Djarin returns to the hidden Mandalorian covert. How could we not follow up all that Mando Katie Sackhoff news without going into the Mando review? What an episode, right? What did you guys think of this? Brian.
I found it to be action-packed with some interesting things that have happened inside of there. Let me talk about my dislikes first. And these are,
I mean, you gotta be on point. So
these are nitpicky things.
Start from the important parts.
Like all of the Mandalorians having like mixed up armor colors is getting a little distracting. Because like here's Paz Vizsla, like in his like blue kit, you know, and even the armor, she's very color coordinated. And then like every other Mando looks like a bag of Skittles exploded. Like, and they're like, oh, this color and this color. I mean, whatever.
Now, is this because they're post-Imperial and they just have to like take what they can get? Or do you think that this was...
That's what I assume.
Okay.
There might just be randos that came together, you know?
Because like if you if I think about like Rebels, like when we saw, oh gosh, turn in my nerd card right now. I can't remember the name.
Rao.
Well, when we saw any of the Mandos and Rebels, they were all pretty much
they were all clan
uniform,
right?
Ursa Wren and her clan. They were all like grays and yellows, and
Beskar's in rare form now, right? Because Empire took a lot of it. There's minimal pieces.
Well, some of them aren't even wearing Mandalorian armor. They're wearing Shore Trooper gear, and
most of them aren't wearing Mando gear.
Yeah, one guy had a full-on TK leg. The whole leg was one TK.
Yeah. It is pretty slick.
The only other helmets.
Actually, only Bo and Din, and I guess Armorer.
The Armorer. But here's
color coded.
Pretty put together.
So to that end, I think Brian, what you're saying is because of season 1, and we saw full Beskar, we might have assumed that maybe there was more like solid, but the reality is that's why Din looks so unique with all full Beskar. It was
that's why he's a target.
He's a target.
Yeah. And Steven, what were you saying? Just now, you were just saying.
Well, I was talking about like Ursa Wren, how she has like all yellow, and then even the Death Watch when they went to the mall, mall Death Watch, they were all red.
Well, now, but have you noticed Bo-Katan and Paz Vizsla? They're supposed to be the same clan essentially,
right?
Because they were Death Watch, right?
They had the other dude. They had the other dude in the covert that had the Death Watch.
Right, but I'm saying their colors are the same. It's that blue,
right?
Well,
that sort
I
of
totally just
blue.
Threw us off on a whole 20-minute conversation on the armor, but
that's what we do, man. Come on,
that's the point.
The other thing too is when they were climbing the mountain, like did Paz need his big ass gun with him?
He's literally twice the size of everyone else.
This giant gun, but
it's like watching a War Machine try to skip rope or something.
Okay, totally. I gotta. Speaking of the mountain climbing, I gotta say, guys, give me some credit here. I called it right. I mean,
it's his son. Yep,
that's my son. That's my son.
Yeah. That was a very uneventful announcement too.
So what?
Yeah, to the surprise of no one. Yeah.
Who's the mom? Is the mom?
Where's
Roman,
mom? Where's Mandalorian?
It's the Armorer.
Or is he a foundling? No,
dude. So that means they bumped uglies with helmets on.
Yeah, they don't even know what they look like.
I think they take their helmets off when they do that.
No,
that's not the way. That is not the way.
That's not the way.
That's not the way, dude. Don't you know the way?
Dude, so you could get away with anything if you're like straight up ugly.
Oh man!
Straight up ugly. Just ugly. You can still have a baby.
I think it kind of levels the playing field, doesn't it?
I listen to people's like reviews, like some of our buddies' podcasts. I listen to the reviews and they're so like intelligent and so well thought out, and I'm just like, yeah.
Ours are like,
that's not what we do here. That's not what
we do. Stupid. But I'm here for all the cute Grogu parts too, because Grogu is just incredibly cute, and the dish plate that he got as armor looks.
That's not a dish plate. That's a coaster.
The saucer. Sorry, the saucer. The
coaster from Etsy.
What do you guys think about Grogu in the beginning when he was doing his training? His first.
I'm watching that right now.
Battle. With the paintball?
He gets shot.
Yeah. Hasbro's going to make a killing off of that thing.
Oh, they're going to make a little.
Yep, the little shooter.
Oh, they already have it shoots the little water pellet things.
Yep.
Totally.
And, I wanted to say shout out to Judah. He painted a lot of these helmets that are on here. He's Mangtastic paint props on Instagram.
Right. The paint looks good.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
A lot of those Skittle Mandos that you hate.
Did you guys get like?
No, I did not hate him. I did not hate him. No, I just wish they were a little more put together.
Dude, it's Mando Mercs. Come on.
Come on, Armor. Hook them up. Hook up.
Dude, all those Mandos fighting in the opening scene.
That was cool.
Dude, that was dumb. They're shooting the water though. Come on.
That was a little targets. What are you talking about?
There's no targets in the water. They're just shooting randomly the water.
There's dinosaurs in there, man.
The The
Dude, you don't shoot a target. They're just shooting the water. Come on.
Shooting dinosaurs.
It looked like the training
pterodactyl
out of an 80s karate
so
movie. It's like Chuck Norris is in the back.
After seeing Bo and Din pretty much play mommy and daddy to Grogu, I'm shipping them right now.
Super cute.
Season 3, those two are gonna hook up.
They're gonna rule Mandalore.
They're gonna rule together.
She's like, so let me get the Darksaber.
I can see it. Let me get that Darksaber.
Let me get that Darksaber.
But
no.
Other than that, I'm only going to say one more thing. But shout out to Ahmad Best for coming in with some hot twin lightsaber Jedi action, and I can't get out of my head because a buddy of mine that isn't in our nerd world, but he loves Star Wars. He's like a guy I work with. He sends me this meme, and it's the picture of Ahmad, but it's got Martin Lawrence, the comedian, his face over it.
Oh my god!
I was like, "Holy crap!" At first, I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "It's Martin." I was like, "No, that was Ahmad," in my mind, but I was so convinced that it was Martin Lawrence for a second. That's how tired I was today, but it won't get out of my head. But
Raimi, how did you feel about seeing Ahmad Best come back as what is it, Kelleran Beck?
Yeah.
So is that he?
It is the same character.
Okay, that was you knew where I was going with that. Okay, that's so good. That's awesome.
Same Jedi. But
now I'm waiting for them to figure out how to retcon, because he made an appearance in episode 2 in the bar.
Oh, yep. Right. He already put on his Instagram.
Did he? Okay.
He was undercover.
No, he said they're related. They're like brothers or something or whatever. Because the guy in the bar, I forgot the first name, but the last name is also Beck.
Oh, you're right.
So they're just, dude. So what if they're related? Twin brothers, but one of them got the Force?
What if that's the first case of twins that only one of them has the Force? So
maybe
hanging out at the bar, and the other one's
did you guys notice?
Jedi.
Did you notice his clothing had that embellishment that usually the librarians have?
So good.
All the patterning on the commas and stuff, or not the commas, but the tabards.
How does it, was his tabards the same in the other thing that he did?
No,
they were plain. They were plain.
Yeah,
okay.
Jedi Temple Challenge was
these were all
Jedi Temple Challenge is post Order 66, right?
It has to, or maybe not. Maybe it's early on, before that, because he was pretty chilling there.
I just think it's so cool that now a YouTube kids game show is canonized.
They got to bring the droid in too.
Yeah.
That what was it? An R5 or something? Nope. All right.
John, what did you think about this pterodactyl type creature?
Go ahead, Raimi.
Sorry, there was one thing I was going to say. At the moment I was only answering Steven's question about my best. But okay, so that scene where they're chasing after that thing at the beginning, and their jetpacks all run out, and then Bo goes blazing by, and it's that sunset scene with the silhouettes of the straight out of The Force Awakens with the TIE fighters coming in. So you can't tell me that at every level, whether it's the music or the visuals or any of it, that they're not starting to foreshadow First Order stuff. It's everywhere.
Absolutely.
To look for.
Secretly, I wanted the armor to pull out a jetpack from underneath her fur cape and take off and go with them. When she looked up and they were all flying away, I was like, "Oh, it'd be so sick if she was just all
maybe in the future."
Dude, just hearing her say "Come on, Grogu, let's go." I was just "Wow!" It's
come on, Grogu.
Auntie Armorer, she's the cool aunt.
It's respect, yeah.
And
teaching you a lesson. Kelleran.
Joe, what did you think of this episode? Highlights?
I liked how the antagonist was this freaking pterodactyl that took this kid, because typically you need some sort of tragedy or some sort of thing that pulls people together that would normally never come together. Yeah, you have the Creed from last episode. Now they're back in the tribe, if you will. But with this kid getting taken, I think Paz was kind of still reluctant, even though Din took the was baptized and all that or whatever, went in the water. He actually saved the kid. He actually saved the kid, and he looked at him on the side of the mountain and said, this is the way. For saving my son. And usually it's through adversities when people come together. And so this had to happen for something crazy next week to really test what just happened. Because now they're tight. Yeah. Right now they're super tight. Like they would risk each other's lives.
He owes him. Yeah.
Yeah. But now there's going to be some sort of turning point next week, which I'm excited for. But it was definitely good to see. I just didn't like them shooting randomly in the water. That was dumb. Whatever.
It was, dude. It really was. I didn't want to hate too hard, but that was, yeah.
So the Mando clan, they save Ragnar. They bring him back. They bring back 3 little pterodactyl babies with them. Are you guys think they're gonna domesticate these and ride them?
That's what I thought that's what he was implying, because it was like, oh, here's some more foundlings, freaking chickens.
They're gonna raise them for some pterodactyl eggs. Have a massive breakfast one day.
Get some lunch.
And then we see that the armorer notices that Bo lost a shoulder piece, and she's like, "Oh, let me make you a new one." I mean, it's not as advanced as your other one, but what kind of sigil do you want on it? She chooses the mythosaur because it belongs to all Mandalores.
And she asks, she's like, "I saw one." And she's like, "Oh yeah." Like, oh yeah, nice, cool vision, bro.
Like,
she's like, no,
I really
saw
she's
one.
Thinking the armorer is thinking that she had a hallucination or a vision or something.
Right, she had a vision,
and she's like, no, I really saw one in the water.
It was very condescending. Oh, sure, you saw the mythosaur.
She's like, oh, like that's
the armorer the armorer can say just her delivery of saying this is the way. But in every way that she says is like, well, this is the way.
It's so snarky.
I'm sure you did. This is the way.
Yeah. And I can't get over the back of my mind too. I'm just like, dude, Bo-Katan used to rule Mandalore. I'm just like, dude, can you just I love the armor, but can you just slap her? Just
I mean, I think you
quit talking to me like that.
Raimi read the news on all this stuff, and we know, based off of what Katie said, Bo's current position right now is she's not ready to rule, or she's not looking to rule, but it's her natural disposition to rule. She's from noble blood. She's from that specific house. She's not meant to follow. I don't care. She's, and even if somebody else rose with the Darksaber to take charge or whatever, it's not her natural disposition to cater to that. She's meant to rule. How she gets there, we'll see. But yeah, certain people are just bred for certain things, and that's her bloodline.
I think this is classic Joseph Campbell, hero's adventure type stuff, because we see
hero's
her
journey.
We see her kind of turning down the call to adventure to be the leader. I mean, even so much so that she was talking about it in the Mines of Mandalore, when she was talking about her dad and her past as part of the royal family. She didn't really appreciate the position that she had. She put on this kind of persona to the people of Mandalore like she did, but then behind closed doors, she was just, kind of like whatever. And then we see her now in this episode, she's lost everything. She's been inducted into the clan, the covert. She's really experiencing what the people of Mandalore, what it means to be a true Mandalorian. And I think that, kind of like how Raimi was saying in the news, that Katie Sackhoff believes that she doesn't think she's ready to rule at this time. I think this second time around, she's really going to appreciate what it means to be the ruler of Mandalore, assuming she gets the Darksaber and steps into that position. My favorite part of the episode, it's got to be when Din said the most dad thing you can say to Grogu? Don't look at me. Look at him.
That was really good.
So true.
All right.
I just wanted to mention, I don't know if this is the first time or not, but this might be the first time we saw Phase 2 clone shock troopers in live action, because we've seen them animated and we've seen them in CGI, but I think in that flashback with Beck, yeah. So I think that might be the first time ever, and I'm not sure if they're CG either, because they might be CG, but
I don't know. They didn't look CG.
That's what I'm saying. So it might be the first time ever that we see him. Yeah.
Did you guys see the ship? His Ahmad Best's speeder. He crashed. He did a little swoop crash into the.
He did the Akira.
Yeah, but he was.
It was a Nubian ship, right?
He was in the same spot we just saw last week on Coruscant. The
with the rock, the mountain.
Yeah,
but also it was the ones who rescued Grogu ultimately started shooting with the clones back and forth. That was a Nubian ship. That was from Padme's planet, whatever. Those guards that duke it out. Nubian.
Yeah, they were royal
guards, right?
Those royal guards were cameos of somebody in Lucasfilm. I gotta rewind back.
I gotta rewatch it.
Find out who it is. But good episode, guys.
I stepped away for a second. Did you guys talk about Bo's the signet?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
Everybody notice it's the night owl, right? The face is the same. It's drawn from the same design that's on her helmet, the night owl shape. That take a look at it. Look at the night owl on Bo's design. Her emblem. I guess.
Let me see.
But and then look at that signet and look at the lines, how the eyes are drawn. It's basically got that same kind of.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, it does.
See? Huh?
Interesting. It's like the same silhouette, essentially.
Yeah, it's got to be intentional.
Similar silhouette. Yeah, because it's a new design. It's a new Mythosaur design.
The armorer had that mold just laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you get this custom one for you. Boom.
It's got the
Her own LLC,
it's got
man. She knows how to gen that stuff up pretty fast.
Yeah, she's got a 3D printer guy, like a 3D modeling guy. She's like, oh, model this up for me. And
if Mike Forrester
on the AutoCAD.
If Mike Forrester called her out, then she went ahead and made it the next day, just like he calls out Raimi and everybody else.
Oh my gosh.
I woke up yesterday. The first message I had was from Forrester, like, dude, you've got to get on this signet.
Did you make it yet?
I did.
It's already. Oh, you did?
I'll send you guys a picture.
Yeah, but people already printed it and had it done in
printed it
4 hours.
It's on Etsy.
Yeah. It's over.
I have seen some that showed up online that are accurate, and I've seen some that showed up online that are not as accurate. So
if you're not first, you're last, Raimi. You know what I mean?
Boom.
First isn't always best. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's what
All right, guys.
That's what Ricky Bobby said.
An Imperial's been sent to evaluate the clones. Everybody's talking about it. What kind of evaluation?
Hopefully not mentally. Clearly, we'd never pass that.
All right, guys. This is our episode review of The Bad Batch, Season 2, Episode 14, Tipping Point, with an episode runtime of 30 minutes. This was directed by Saul Ruiz, written by Jennifer Corbett and Matt McNevitz. With the Disney Plus description, new information has our heroes taking on a dangerous mission. Let's start with, we got to start with Blackie on this one again. Your boy's back. Back in black, man.
Shout out to you for switching us and doing Mando first and Bad Batch second, because this is the Dad Batch, not the Mando Batch. So I appreciate you flipping, which threw me off because I was prepping for Bad Batch and then you played the Mando.
Yeah. Got me too.
I need to show some major love. This is Green Company, right? These clones.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, they have Gree's kit on, and I got a very large love affair for Gree. That was the first clone costume that I owned. He was phase 1, but I always loved the Green Company's design, and homie had the same like a belt rig setup as Gree, the backpack. I was so stoked on that. I
was thinking about that today because you mentioned that in our chat. I was literally like having a deep thought, like retrospective on why would they choose Green Company? Like, what would be the story behind that? And I was thinking,
significance. Yeah.
Do you think it's because Yoda didn't die? Like these clones didn't murder their Jedi?
Wait, didn't he kill Gree? Didn't Yoda kill Gree?
Yeah, but I'm saying their Order 66 wasn't completed.
Like he helped them, maybe, like he helped them get better or escape or whatever.
Because I mean, they would have been trying to kill Yoda at that time.
I get what you're saying. It's not like Umbara, how like all the Yellow Company like took out.
Yeah,
yeah.
So because these clones in Green Company didn't complete their mission of killing a Jedi, then they were kind of more likely to stay on the light side, I guess, or turn,
or maybe they got help. Someone might have helped them.
I think Filoni was just like, put the green guys out.
I think so, yeah. Seriously.
Green Company, let's get this.
Come
on,
give him Grease belt and backpack.
And stuff.
He doesn't do it
give
with
him Grease
no reason.
Belt and backpack. Everyone's going to freak out. They're going to think it's great. Just, put that on there.
There's something to it.
And I mean, the name, what was the guy's name? Fireball or something? I don't know.
Fireball, yeah.
Yeah, that was super cool. And then
with like
I severely hate Captain Creepy, who's this doctor guy that keeps poking at my boy with the torture ball in the side of his neck. And
we finally see how the torture ball, like what it does.
It just stabs you.
Why does Captain Creepy have one black glove on his left hand? That's kind of weird. He's super creepy.
Michael Jackson.
Crosshair's got some serious resolve going on right now. Like, he ain't telling them nothing. He pulls the blaster and tries to escape and sends that message, which, man, that put, when fast forward when they got the message, when the Pabu boys got the message, when they were kind of like, oh, is this a trap? Maybe. It kind of made me go, dang, it does seem like that. Like, it does seem like a trap. And it's obviously not, because Crosshair's obviously starting to come back around and fight his way. That's the other weird thing. The Republic Commando with the TK, like, fighting TK, that just is, it's so, like, weird to see that dynamic. But
is that Gregor?
Like, yeah. You didn't hear his voice crack?
Gregor, right?
On the ship,
yeah.
I just saw the yellow on the armor, on the white armor. I thought it was just white at first, and then I saw the yellow. I'm like, oh, wait.
His voice is that crazy voice that he does for the clone, for Gregor.
That's right. We just need to find out how they pick up Wolf.
Yeah, that'll eventually come. Right. I thought it was cool to see Hauser again. They had to rescue Hauser, and Echo was with all the guys, and so that was really
there's
great.
Hauser, yep. And Wolf might even be there. They didn't show everyone.
It was cool.
I didn't see any eyes that were jacked up, though, right? Because he would have had a jacked up eye by then.
He would have had one. Yeah.
Rescuing the clones, that was super cool. And Tech teaching Omega to fly was absolutely adorable. And the boys are just chilling on Pabu, man. Like, I like seeing the boys on Pabu. Dude, Wrecker's just catching all that fish for sushi time. And it's like they're trying to have that Pabu feast. And, man, when... I'll let Raymond get to it, but man, when Echo showed up, Omega was all hyped. Having fun, having fun. Like,
she was so excited.
That was adorable. That is. And she gave him the big hug. I don't know. That was cool. It was a great episode.
Joe, how did you like the flying lessons, the driving lessons that Tech was giving Omega?
So for us being the dad batch, some of us have taken our kids through driving lessons, and I've taken two teenage boys through driving lessons. Nothing like giving the keys of a vehicle that could easily kill somebody else if not handled well. I could relate a little bit, but the Havoc Marauder is a different thing. Going super fast, giving it to to a little child, but it's not just any child, right? It's Omega with these really special skills that I think we're all seeing develop. But dude, I loved it, and and she handled herself just like a normal teenager would, young teenager would. Oh, I'm good. I got this. And just super confident. And Tech just kind of like, I guess you can do that turn, or do this, do that.
The Tech turn.
Tech 10. Tech 10.
And then to see him kind of change a little bit and say, "Oh, I kind of like that." That's not that phrase would have never been said last season. But he's slowly changing and developing into a different type of Tech. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I like that scene.
I appreciated how when when Echo first lands and Tech walks up to him, there was no like, "Hey, how are you, buddy?" Just straight to business. Just
100%.
Yeah. Totally Tech.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be said, but it's understood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raimi, how did you like seeing Echo come back?
I liked seeing him come back a lot until I realized his costume was half different. So it's funny. I hadn't actually seen the episode yet, and I had so many messages from people saying, "So, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh God, what? Like, just tell me."
Are you okay?
What happened?
Finally, I was talking. I'm like, "All right, fine, just stop." And I literally went and watched it. And I'm like, "Okay, now we can talk." But no, it was good. It was good to see you back. Oh, the lights went off in the room.
Wave your hands like crazy.
Creepy. He's in a hotel room.
He's in a hotel room.
Cat.
One of those.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing. Yeah. No cat.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was good. And my favorite sequence was the flying stuff. I'm just going to get closer so that the light from the screen.
Just in the dark.
The flying lessons at the beginning was just great, and like I feel like that sequence was a callback to some other movie, but I can't put my finger on it. Did anyone else recognize anything, or did that feel familiar?
I think it was familiar for you because of teaching all your kids how to drive.
Yeah, I'm like easygoing with the kids. I do not freak out with them driving. Like everybody would think like, "Oh, you're like, white knuckling the whole time." I'm easy. I get in the passenger seat and I'm just like, I'm along for the ride. Unless I feel like they're doing something out of control, I'm not even sweating it. So I'm the easy parent to take driving lessons with.
So John, you got to start practicing the Predator handshake with Raimi every time you guys see each other.
Yeah. Yes.
How cool was that, right?
Easy.
Next photo shoot.
Yeah, obviously. Let's do it. Yeah, that was rad. It was cool to see because it's a straight reference to what the character is designed after. Not Rambo, sorry. That era of movie.
John J.
You know what I mean?
John J. Rambo?
So we see, Tech fully decrypts all the information that Echo got, and Wrecker and everybody are pretty much ready to go. But Hunter is just like,
is it a trap?
Know. This could be a trap.
He's vibing.
That's a trap.
No comment, John?
What can I say?
Can't trust
He's
Crosshair.
He's at a loss for words. You can't trust him. Man, that threw me off. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, so this is it, guys. This is tipping point because next week that's it. It's the finale.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to my boy Tarkin. Rolling them R's, dude. What's he say? Something about the Republic?
Oh, yeah, the Emperor.
I love it, Tarkin.
I mean, not Emperor, Governor Tarkin.
Tarkin.
He's still a governor at this point, right?
Emperor
right.
Tarkin.
Yeah, next week's going to be hot. I'm going to be in a hotel room in Washington, D.C. So I will be ready for the 2 episodes. It's 2, right?
Yeah.
And that's next week. Is that no? Are you okay, Steven?
Yeah,
then that's it. It's over.
Yeah, it's hitting me. That we have a week.
Hello?
Feeler.
Yeah, dude.
It's
End of the show. We got work to do.
I gotta go build, guys.
Steven's gonna go cry.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's gonna do it for us today, guys. If you actually, no, I'm sorry. There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Stop the music.
You have a record scratch?
We do have that sound effect, actually.
I've been stuck on Camino my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
More?
Family reunion. Have a family reunion. London calling to the underworld. Come out of the cupboard, you boys and girls.
Raimi, hit him with that London news.
Oh man, okay. Just bringing it on me. So, as we've talked about before, you've heard us get into this. We are going to be doing a live event at 5:30 p.m. or 17:30 for the locals on Friday of Celebration, and I won't get into the date because that's got to get transposed too. But the Friday Celebration, come see us. We are in the Holonet News Stage, room 14, if I remember right. There's 2 rooms. I'm sure that the one that we're in is the better of the 2. So make sure you come and find us. We will be in our costumes that day. So I would assume you will be seeing us around at some point. The next day, Saturday, at 2:15 or 14:15, both for the locals, we will be at the Star Wars Kids stage, helping with the kids costume parade. So that takes about an hour. So for anybody that's going to have kids in costume on Saturday, come see us as we kind of help out with that event.
And we will be in costume.
Yes.
We will be in costume very specifically for that. That was requested, yes. And then again, I think on Monday, we are trying to arrange for a Bad Batch costume invasion of the Bad Batch panel. So, and then we actually... And we'll also be in costume after that. So after that panel, we'll see how much time we've got. But we've got to get over to do the photo op with D. Bradley Baker with the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna walk in. He's gonna go, oh god, these guys again. Security.
These guys again. Right.
So we've got some giveaways, as Steven mentioned earlier in the show. We've got some family reunion merch, and I don't. Did we get the new artwork that I sent you up there, Steven? So
Yes,
now Steven's going to be on the hook.
It's on the website now as listeners are listening to this show.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So we'll have some new artwork up there for some Celebration London related shirt designs.
And those are exclusive. Those are, as soon as Celebration's over, those are gone.
It's gone. Exactly. So check that out. There should be just enough time to get that order in and get it in your hands before your flight leaves for London. So we've also got some giveaways. So we've got some stickers that we'll be giving out around the show. We've got some patches that we'll be giving out, but those are both very limited numbers. And speaking of limited numbers, we've got some posters that we'll have. And I'm in a hotel room, so I can't show you guys this stuff, but we have some, we've got exactly 99 individually hand-numbered posters that we will be giving out to the attendees of the panel. So, and number 99 will have something a little unique on it. So you'll want to keep your eye out for that. Anything else I miss? The clock's ticking. It's going to be crazy. The Dad Batch will be taking London by storm.
It's going to be fun.
Dude. It's getting a little crazy.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed listening to the podcast today, feel free to feed the algorithm. Give us 5 stars on your podcast app. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/dadbatchpod. We've got weekly episodes, unboxings, reviews, and other stuff. You can follow me at Stevie Kicks on Instagram, sometimes on Twitter. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Joe?
Saturday at WonderCon and also at tech.badbatch.
Raimi?
All 3 days at WonderCon and also at thedadbatch.com.
John?
Just one day at WonderCon, Saturday, and Alpha Ignition on the socials.
And Brian.
What? Sorry, won't be there. Sithin' ain't easy.
Nice.
Hyping up for Orlando. We're
London.
London this time.
We're done.
Sithin' ain't easy, bro.
You can find Brian in Orlando for some reason, but okay.
Yeah.
Get some rest,
I'll be
man.
at Star Wars Celebration 2017.
He's going to be there for the standing outside the convention center in Crosshair. Like, where is everybody?
Like, what? Wrong convention center, right?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you again for listening to episode 33 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for our live finale watch party of the Bad Batch season 2. And until next time.
So we're not watching until then, right?
Oh, no, we're not. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm making sure.
We're going to watch with everybody. So. We're going to get live call-ins. We can do that now. It's going to be a party.
Nice.
Might have some special guests too, so we'll see.
Responsibly.
All right, guys. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.